How's your throat? How's your Zyrtec, by the way?
I didn't take a Zyrtec.
I think that's the problem. I'm a Costco member. I'm going to start bringing these
What's
Zyrtec.
Costco had to do with Zyrtec?
Because I can buy like 500 of them for $3. Forget donuts. I'm
Is
going to
that
bring
a
you
quantity
Zyrtec.
you need?
No, that's the only unit they sell it in. That is the smallest unit. Doesn't matter what you need. It's fucking Costco.
Okay.
They literally sell loaves of bread by the 3. I'm only a family of 6.
Sure.
Quiet, please.
Why am I buying 3 loaves of
How
bread?
much bread can you consume?
Like maybe the neighbors are coming over. Like maybe you're going on the Dahmer Trail. I don't know.
You've converted to a toast diet.
It's crazy. Anti-zone diet.
4,
It's all carbs.
3,
It's all carbs.
2.
The Alpha Company presents a truly terrible podcast. Welcome to Nonsense episode number 16. I'm Jeff Parker.
And I'm CJ Little.
This is our take on the week's business, tech, and entertainment headlines. This time, we'll look at the Capital 7 key on your keyboard, answer some of our listeners' questions, and finally, discuss technology that helps us cheat. It's 420. Congratulations.
What does that mean?
Do you celebrate?
I do.
You do?
I do.
Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
No clue. Okay. 2 numbers divisible by 5. By 2. No, by 2. By 2. Fucking math is hard.
Math is hard.
God damn it, that jellyfish can't start soon enough, can it?
Especially when you're high.
Count the
It also happens to be National Cheddar Fries Day.
Why? That is so specific.
Do you think these things could be related?
Probably. It should be National Doritos Day. How does Doritos not just run a sale on 420? What percentage of our listener base do you think is stoned when they listen to this show?
0.
gotta be pretty
the people
low, right?
listening to this show has got to be 0.
I do have one friend that, and this is the honest truth. She tells me, she's like, "Oh, I listen to your show and I want to go to sleep." Like, I was like, "I'm not sure that's a
mission
compliment."
accomplished.
I mean, well, look, she didn't call us smart fucking Joe Rogan, okay? So she wasn't that bad.
No.
But she's like, "No, it's just nice. I listen to your voices and I just fall asleep." And I'm
It's
like,
just so
"Do you wake
peaceful.
up with a bunch of extra knowledge? Like, I don't understand what happens."
It just uploads the show into her
It's
brain.
like the Matrix. Like, you take the blue pill and then I know Kung Fu.
Wow.
She just wakes up knowing a lot about AI.
That's not what I heard the blue pill did, but that's a different story.
It's a different pill. You do know a lot about Kung Fu. It's a different kind of Kung Fu. It's Kung Fu grip. That's what you know a lot about. It's Kung Fu grip.
How's your week going?
It's a lot better now.
I'm going to move this show on if it kills me.
I'm the anchor that just drags us back down right into the muck.
If I'm getting replaced by a jellyfish, I'm getting to the end of this one
I'm
first.
going to finish it. Here's the thing. I don't know which one of us the jellyfish is going to replace.
Oh, no, it's me. Oh, no, it's me for sure.
Did you offer that up?
Yeah.
I'm done. We made it to 16. That's it.
Anyone who wants to sit in this chair, you're in. A jellyfish, whatever.
This week, I've mainly done arts and crafts with my kids.
That's nice.
They literally will put googly eyes on anything.
Well, sure. Why
which is
wouldn't
kind
you?
of hysterical until it's not.
They're going to do that until they're 30.
Well, to be fair, I am still doing it with them.
Sure.
We put googly eyes on that. We went and bought packs and packs of like eyes and little pom-poms and anything to keep them amused.
Yeah.
And we bought like bushels of this stuff. I'm like, great. We have arts and crafts for
Should have gone to
like...
Costco, and it's next to the Zyrtec.
I gave him Zyrtec.
bin.
My son has a little Zyrtec necklace that he made.
That's nice.
That he just, whenever he gets like his...
It's like puka shells.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's like the little candy. Like whenever
Yeah,
his
right.
nose starts to run, he just takes one. He just eats one off. It's great. This is Daddy's
this is-
Adderall necklace.
Yeah, this is the part where I say, people, don't drug your kids.
Drug my
this
kids.
is just, drug CJ himself. Skip a step.
They have so many. I bought them all these arts and crafts,
Yes.
and I'm like, they're good for like 3 months. Like we can do stuff at home. It'll be fun. Literally one day, and my kid came up and
It's
he's
gone.
like, "We need more pom poms and googly eyes." And I was like, "Where the fuck did they go?" And he pointed to a pile of paper. It was a pile.
NBA playoffs. Are you watching the NBA playoffs?
As you know, I'm not a big NBA. I did watch some NHL playoffs this week. Some game
Yeah.
ones. Those were exciting.
Sure.
Overtime. Yeah.
Okay. On the NBA playoffs, we're having what we call effing reffing.
That sounds like a common theme.
Let's get to our headlines. No trial. Dominion and Fox lawyers have reached a settlement.
I'm kind of surprised by this because I thought this was going to go
Yeah.
the distance. So these guys had like their top line was like tens of millions of dollars a year, give or
Yeah.
take, right?
Yeah.
And they just settled for almost $800 million.
$787.5 million.
So almost $800 million.
Close.
But what's crazy is that's like at least a 20, 25 years of top line revenue. They're just going to, I guess, pay out as a dividend.
Probably,
Or
yeah.
go buy some gold
the,
yachts.
the other option was that their name was damaged. I mean,
Of course.
Fox was damaging
Of
their
course.
brand.
They would just be doomed.
And the fun thing is, it was for $1.6 billion, the original suit.
Yeah.
And they got rounded, 800 million.
Almost.
And then Smartmatic is going to have a suit.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
a similar company. And now
That's
it's
right.
what, $2.8 million? Something like that.
Yeah.
An AI voiced rap song replicating the voices of artists Drake and The Weeknd that went viral on Sunday was taken down from streaming services as
Yeah.
of Tuesday morning.
I saw this.
Did you you hear it?
Yeah, I think it's good.
Yeah?
I mean, I'm the
You think it's a
biggest
good
Drake
song?
fan. Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
sure.
I think it did a good job emulating it. Like you could listen to it. Look. If it came on a Spotify playlist, I'd be like, yeah, okay, sure,
Just go right by.
it's
and
fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was like sound like screaming hyenas or something wrong. It sounded like Drake and The Weeknd singing.
Sure.
I get that if you're Drake or The Weeknd and all the other artists, you want to have some gating to keep that from happening if it doesn't sound
Well,
good.
sure, because people
otherwise, let
think
it go.
people think it's you, and it's maybe not artistically the direction that you want to be seen.
So they get to pick. So they can do like a Pandora thumbs up, thumbs down. And if both Drake and The Weeknd say, yeah, it's good to go, then let it go. They can take half the royalties and the other half go to the producer.
Well, I'm
Whisperer.
sure in the future you're going to be able to license singers' voices, and not just singers who are alive, singers
ones.
from the
Yeah,
past.
totally.
And you can license from the Frank Sinatra estate Frank's voice to sing this song or that song, and they'll get to approve whether or not they allow that to happen or
Yeah.
not. But if they like the song, why not?
I love it. I would just like everything to be sung to me by the Bee Gees, like everyday life, like warning labels, like objects in the mirror closer than they appear.
Celebrating 420, are we?
Getting a little green over here.
Southwest delayed hundreds of departures Tuesday due to a networking glitch.
Yeah, you know what they call that when they delay hundreds of departures? Tuesday.
Well, they were only delayed for like 40 minutes, but it was still like there was 1,700 flights that were delayed.
Yeah, I love that they said 1,700 flights is hundreds of flights. Yeah,
Yes.
Technically, this fucking Dominion, whatever settlement was hundreds of dollars.
Hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
Yes, you can divide anything by 100.
Yeah, absolutely. It was roughly 8 million hundreds of dollars, or 7,570,000 hundreds of dollars.
Southwest has blamed it on a vendor-supplied firewall that went down.
Yeah, which one? That's what I want to know.
They won't tell you what vendor. They're just saying vendor-supplied firewall, which I think, wouldn't that be every firewall in 2023?
You would
Is
hope.
anyone rolling
You would
their
hope.
own?
God, I
mean,
hope
that's
not.
insane.
But like it went down. Like I don't understand. Like it was their single point of access to the internets for the whole business. Like an Ethernet cable died.
they got it from Apple, and it just started fraying for absolutely no reason.
Well, no, somebody looked at it. If you look at it, thing will just fray right away.
Actually, charging your phone with a public USB port is fine, it turns out.
Yeah. So apparently the root of this was
The Denver FBI put out a tweet.
there was like a 2019 post from the FTC.
Oh, that's the original one.
That's where it
Yes,
came
yes.
from. And they said, look, this could be problematic, which I totally buy.
Yeah.
That you could have a bad actor put something in the USB
They
device.
called it juice jacking.
Are you looking at my Pornhub history again?
It's a reminder that verified social media accounts from government agencies are uniquely equipped to create unfounded mass hysteria.
Without a doubt.
Do you remember the emergency message that came out for residents of Hawaii?
Yeah. Like nuclear threat or something.
And this is not a drill.
Yeah, and this is not a drill. Yeah, some asshole left that in there and pushed the button. Yeah, that was great. And they're like, "Oh, just kidding." And you're like, "What do I believe?"
No, it was a long time before they came out with the just kidding part. It was a.
Yeah.
I know people who
Yeah.
live there who
Yeah.
were like, "Okay, I'm going to have my last Mai Tai."
Do you know? Well, that sounds lovely.
No, it's a nice way to go out. FTC says it will target AI that violates civil rights or is deceptive.
Look, I think that's great. They should.
Federal Trade Commission. Let me make that clear.
Thank you.
Yes, it's not the people who deliver flowers.
Oh, that's right. I thought you were one letter off.
Yeah.
You're very close. What are the people that are delivering flowers doing? What are they
They're
concerned?
really going to crack down on AI.
I get, okay, I'm glad the FTC is doing this, I guess. I feel like they're not doing as good of a job cracking down on the people that are doing these things.
They never have. They really have. Never
Can we
have.
focus on the fucking people?
White collar crime pays.
Totally. Well, apparently.
I don't really know why blue collar crime. The penalties are just enormous, and white collar crime we just kind of accept.
Yeah.
Amazon Bedrock has entered the generative AI chat.
Wish they would have called it Freckle Rock.
It's their new cloud-based rival to take on the likes of Microsoft and Google in the generative artificial intelligence wars. Are we having wars? I didn't know we were fully having wars.
Where have you been? Have you not been on the show? Like it's straight up
Doesn't
wars.
seem like it's wars.
What does this thing make? Does it make?
Seems like we've all got things barely working.
We do have things, but that's always technology.
Is that a war?
And this is probably one of my favorite experiences as a technologist, is to come across companies that are like, man, they've got a really good product. That shit's buttoned up. And then you get to know somebody behind the scenes, and it's just like,
Barely works.
great Ganesh with many arms, just trying to make everything stick together. And they're like, don't look at me. I'm making it work. And
It's a wavy davy.
It's a total wavy davy. You just got to find the right part of it inside. Some part of it is terrible. I always like when you go through code bases, even open source code bases, and there's to be just these comments of like, this is terrible. This needs to get fixed.
Don't touch this.
or it'd be like, whatever, like / hack : and they describe the hack. And I'm
Sure.
like, you spent longer describing the hack than just fixing the
actually
fucking
just-
problem. Why don't you just
Exactly.
fix the problem? No, we'll do that later. And I'm like, but you wrote like a paragraph.
But you
What's
wrote
wrong
a
with it?
novel telling me what it is.
I don't understand.
By the way, all you have to do
Yeah.
when you come to these problems that stump you and you're tempted to put in the hack,
Ask the code whisperer.
ask the code whisperer, or just literally go to bed and take a nap. You
Yeah.
will wake up with the solution in the morning. This happens almost without exception.
Yeah.
Your brain likes puzzles at night, I think.
Mine does.
Angry Birds Company is reportedly about to be sold for $1 billion to Sega.
I can't believe that there's still that much market
money
share
at Sega?
behind it, or that much money at Sega. They're using that SVB money for something. I never understood why they're so angry.
The Birds?
The Birds.
There's 2 movies. I haven't seen either one. I have no idea. Surely there's an origin story.
Why are the birds so pissed?
Birds I see are generally peaceful and lovely,
They
and
seem
they
to be,
sing and they're
right?
having a good time. And I don't know why they're
You in
angry.
a Disney film constantly?
I do live in a Disney film.
Is it Snow White where she walks around, everything's singing to her?
Yeah. Jamie Dimon, it turns out, wasn't kidding around about hatred of remote work.
Of course.
He's ordering everybody back to the office.
He's 1,000. This is all like old.
Jamie's not 1,000. Jamie is incredibly smart. One of the best CEOs of our day. You know who I'm going to say another one is? You're going to fall out of your chair when I tell you this. Tim Cook. Tim Cook's a great CEO.
How many Apple Plus TV credits do you need? Does he just send them over to you in the batches every time you plug them? He's just like, fuck you, Parker, those 6 months for free. I don't know much about Diamond's leadership. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. But I think when you see...
Do you read his annual report?
No. Should I?
Oh, yeah. It's one of the annual reports you should read every year, even if you have no interest in banking. It's so smart.
I think there's an extreme amount of sort of tone deafness going on here where it's like, oh, no, I'll be back in the office. Like, I get that that's how you built your career.
Because you can mentor in the office, easier than you can mentor online, supposedly.
You try to take your existing culture and apply it remotely, it does not work. But if you can define a new culture, one that embraces this, it does work. And plenty of companies have proven this, right? It's certainly been my experience. Like, nobody's got more money than JP Morgan to try to go figure this out.
Oh, this quarter was just an explosion of money.
Just like a mountain of money, right?
Yeah.
Like, so why not go do this?
There's one more thing in this article that you're not going to like. And that is that the remote working doesn't work for young kids or spontaneity or management. Of course, that's what he always says. But then he also says remote work can help women since caregiving duties tend to disproportionately fall upon them. Modify your company to help women stay home a little, he said.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah. I knew you weren't going to love that.
Yeah, modify your company to make it better for people that have to provide child care or adult care, not just women. Oh, right. You guys get back in the kitchen. You can only work from the kitchen and take care of your kids.
But I mean, it probably does predominantly fall on women. But what about the men it does fall on?
Do you know why it predominantly falls on them? Because of this kind of shit.
Well, probably, yeah.
Like if dudes could do this in their dude job, then you'd have more parents, more dads doing it. Stop making a carve out for the women. Make it for parents. Dude, it's not hard. This is like a fucking need defender.
I was going to say, I didn't put a need defender behind you. What are you so mad at me for?
So grumpy.
What did I do?
There's one other donut.
There's plenty of them.
Wait a minute now. You talked about Jamie.
Yeah.
Isn't there some rumor going around that Apple's going to require the same? Your beloved Mr. Cook?
Oh, yeah. It's not. It's more than a rumor. It's
like 5 days back in the office?
5 days a week, yeah.
Crazy.
5 days still means you get 2 days of remote work because, that's how Apple works. If you don't come in on Saturday, don't bother coming in on Sunday. Totally. Okay, enough headlines. Up next, CJ is going to talk about funny characters on your keyboard. Heaven help us all.
So this is not timely.
Yes.
Not in the least. And it's not even topical.
Okay, well, I'm glad you're putting it on here.
But I suspect it may be interesting.
How thoughtful for our listeners that you've chosen something not topical or timely.
Look, I don't think about them very often. But I suspect it may be interesting to most of us, especially nerds. And more importantly, it's not about AI or aviation.
Oh.
My goal was, I was trying to do a segment.
Why'd you put it on this show?
I know. My goal was to try to not use the letters A or I anywhere.
Too late, you just did.
I know. I'm assuming that you know why 6 is afraid of 7, right?
Because 7, 8, 9?
7, 8, 9, and 10.
I had a child too.
You also had a kid, all right.
What do you mean 7, 8, 9, and 10?
7 was hungry.
Okay, I always stopped at 7, 8, 9.
No, my 7's a little fatter. He normally had a Waffle House, but then he ordered the 9 and the 10.
I have a Gmail filter.
For 7, 8, 9, and 10?
No, all the Waffle House email goes into your account, not mine.
Good news. I don't pay for the deduplicator by the message. It's quite all right. So what sits on top of the number 7 on your keyboard? It's hat. What's it called? The little squiggly character thing.
The ampersand.
The ampersand, right? Our longtime listeners may remember.
Am I saying that wrong? Say it again.
If you're asking me how to pronounce a word,
I thought I had it wrong. Okay, good.
Our longtime listeners may remember way back in episode 1 of Nonsense, back when we were happy, that I talked about a special character called the Interrobang. Remember that thing?
I do.
It's the exclamation point and question mark.
I'll never be able to forget it.
Well, I stumbled upon something more interesting in the ampersand, I think. Mm-hmm. In its simplest form, it's just the word and, right?
Yeah,
no surprise.
Right.
It's literally just the word and.
Yeah.
And that's it. End of segment. Okay, up
That's
next.
all you were going to do, huh?
Yeah, just going to talk about U.S.-China relations.
I
go ahead and push the
think
button.
I did that last week.
Yeah, every week before that, too. So the origin of this symbol itself was super interesting to me. You know where it came from?
No.
It represents the conjunction and, which originated as a ligature of the letters E and T, Latin for and.
Oh, okay.
That's why it looks like that.
I had no idea.
You got to trust me. You got to take a lot of drugs on 420 to make the ampersand look like an E and a T. But if you do it, you can get there.
I got the idea.
More interesting is the origin of the name. So traditionally in English, when spelling aloud, any letter that could also be used as a word in itself, for example, the letter A, I, and O,
Sure.
was prefixed with the Latin expression per se. So by effectively meaning by itself, as in per se a, to try to differentiate the letter from the word.
Okay.
And it was also common practice to add the ampersand at the end of the alphabet as if it were the 27th letter.
I didn't know that either.
Pronounced as the Latin et, or later in English as and. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it in Latin, but I'm assuming. As a result, when you'd recite the alphabet and you'd end in X, Y, Z, and per se and. So the last phrase was routinely slurred to ampersand, and the term has entered
Ampersand. Oh, I get it.
Yeah,
I
because
get it. Ampersand.
It's and per se and.
I get it.
That's where the name came from. And I was like, this is kind of cool. Like I never knew that it was called ampersand.
Did not know till this second.
And now you know. And it has been, the term has kind of entered common English usage around 1830s, give or take. So I was fascinated by this.
Do we need to have some sort of production meeting where I learn some of this stuff before we go
I don't
to
know.
record it?
I mean, I give you all of 20 minutes before this show airs. I don't. How much time do you need?
I guess that's...
No, I like these things being a surprise to you. I think it's kind of fun. Now check this out. The phrase etc., meaning and so forth,
Sure.
usually written as etc period, can be abbreviated ampersand C.
Who abbreviates it that way? I've never seen that in my life.
Well, I know one person who's going to start. This fat guy right here.
Is that right?
I'm going to do this to everyone, and they're going to be super confused by it because I've never seen that in my life.
I've never seen it either.
Ampersand C.
Okay. It just sounds like you're making a reference to the variable C.
Right? Pass by value. No, pass by reference.
Pass by reference.
Ampersand is normally used in like business names, right? Johnson & Johnson, Dolce & Gabbana, Tiffany & Company. Some abbreviations containing the words such as like AT&T, that was a good example, R&D, A&P Supermarkets, D&D, etc. Now, what do nerds use it for? You already mentioned one, pass by value. That's a good one.
No, I never said pass by value.
Sorry, pass by reference. Jesus Christ. We use the ampersand for and, bitwise and, right?
Yes.
Actually anding together bits.
Of course.
We use it for logical and. We use it for memory addressing.
Great.
Escaping in Pascal, which I forgot because I've forgotten most of my Pascal.
Good for you.
Entity introduction. So that's like non-breaking space.
Sure.
In like SGML or HTML.
I'm with you.
Query string parameters. More interestingly, talk about a callback to earlier in the show. In Fortran, the ampersand forces the compiler to treat two lines as one. This is accomplished by placing an ampersand at the end of the first. I didn't know that. Did you know that?
I did know that.
I've never written Fortran in my life. I've seen it, but never written it.
I'm a little older than you.
You are a little older. You programmed on a B-52 plane, if I remember correctly,
Was
while
it a computer
they were
from a
bombing the
BP?
Germans. No, you were in the plane, as I remember how I was told correctly. No, this I didn't know either. Did you know that in film credits and for like stories and screenplays, the ampersand indicates a closer collaboration than and?
I did know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
When you have an ampersand, it usually means you were sitting at the keyboard along with your friend Charlie,
together.
and together you wrote the script. If you have the word and, some idiot came to rewrite you both.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. The word and means you like, we just have to do this because.
Sure.
Because you wrote. Yeah.
He contributed too. We weren't there. Just the producer wanted to punch up on this.
So I had no idea this was the case, right? So the Writers Guild denotes that two writers collaborate on a specific script rather than one writer rewriting another's work. And in that case, you'd use ampersand.
All of those writers are going on strike shortly.
Oh, yeah, that's right. When is that happening?
They've approved the strike. I don't know when they actually will start.
Boy.
Yeah, what do you mean, oh boy? It's fine. Who cares?
No, of course it's fine.
It's a lot of rich people fighting against other rich people.
Sure. Will they use an ampersand when they give their names? Are they all going to strike together? Or is it like the first batch strikes
when
and
they come to an agreement on the contract, then yes, they will put an ampersand.
Stay on the fucking topic. So I didn't know that. I thought that was kind of interesting. And then also on the AZERTY keyboard, right? This is the keyboard that like the French and the...
Pronounce that for me.
AZERTY? I don't know. I've never heard it called that.
All right.
I've never called. I mean, we say QWERTY. It's no worse than QWERTY.
We say QWERTY all the time.
But on the AZERTY keyboard, ampersand is an unmodified keystroke positioned above the letter A. Doesn't it feel weird when you see a keyboard layout that's not what you're used to?
No, I don't need to hit shift to hit the ampersand. I use the ampersand
a lot.
Yeah.
What if I got you a foot pedal and use a foot pedal? I'm not kidding. I'll totally get you a foot pedal, and you can just like left foot, and then you get all the keys are ampersand. Left foot makes every key on your keyboard different stroke rates of ampersand. I can do this. And then right foot on the pedal just gives you bell character.
Have we come to the end of this segment?
Yes, we have actually, as it turns out.
Say something that hands off off to the music so we can go away and
if
come
by
back.
end of segment you mean end of show forever. Up next, Jeff's going to read some questions from you. Yes, you, our dear listeners.
Listeners to this program have asked a number of questions. We've had so many other things we want to discuss that we haven't taken the time to answer them here. Rather than put it off for another week, I thought we could answer a few of those questions now. Are you game?
I'm very excited about this.
I literally had this, I was keeping them in my phone, and it was like...
Oh, were you really?
Yeah, and it was just getting longer and longer and longer.
Well, I didn't have that problem because the question I kept getting asked is,
why are you doing this?
Why do you keep doing this? I have to write that down.
Sure.
You just copy and paste and be like, why am I pasting the same thing over and over? Why do you do? Is this a community service program? What did you do?
Other than avoiding jail time, why are you doing this podcast? Yes, I get it. And so in no particular order, here are a whole bunch of questions that people have asked. Some of them are topics that we've addressed before and just dropped and never came back to, I guess. How do you think Montana's TikTok ban will work?
I believe it will work poorly.
Explain exactly what it is.
Well, I'm no expert on it, but I
sense.
believe the great state of Montana has said that TikTok is no longer allowed in the state.
I don't think that's quite
or
it.
Montana citizens.
I think in Montana, it's no longer allowed to be in app stores. So literally, what I would imagine is they're going to look at IPs that destinate in Montana, and they will not be able to have TikTok in their app stores.
Okay.
Is that possible?
No.
Yeah, it seems complicated, doesn't it?
Yes. I mean, okay, so there's a couple simple examples. What happens when Montana person
Goes to
travels
California,
to
downloads TikTok.
rides a fucking horse to Wyoming, downloads TikTok, comes back.
I think he can do that. I think what the app stores can't do is have TikTok available in their app stores if you're on Montana property.
I could create some kind of network that would be like virtually private
Really?
to me.
Like a VPN of some
Yeah.
sort.
Oh,
if you
VPN, that's a
wanted
good
to give an
name.
acronym, I'm just saying if you
That's a
wanted to
good
come
name.
up with something.
I like that.
Sure.
And then you could,
Get it anywhere.
Well, yeah. I mean, the app store
Every
would still be
kid, by
giving
the
it
way,
up.
my kid was learning to use VPNs when he was like in third grade.
Totally.
Every kid knows how to do this.
Yeah. Max buys stuff off Silk Road still.
I didn't even know there was still a Silk Road.
I didn't know either. It's on his little VTech tablet. It's great. He's just down there bouncing around, getting his Adderall necklace.
My kid they were doing it so that they could play games at schools, and the school had blocked certain ports so games wouldn't play.
They just VPN.
And so they would
around
just VPN, and it obviously took up
great.
1.3 times as much traffic to
Sure,
do it.
sure.
But they could play their games.
Totally. That's great.
Tell me about what you think about the Arkansas bill to keep minors off of social media. That's the second half of this question.
Yeah, this is where they said you can't be on social media except for all these social media companies, and
they limited everything but like 3 social media companies.
Yeah,
you can
just not
be
on
on
those.
everything except these 3.
I mean, here's what I don't get about this. So you don't want them to be on social media so they can focus on working in the mines that you've changed the law to allow them
Right,
to.
child labor laws.
I mean, because you don't
really
want
lax.
you don't want the kid's hand to get stuck in the fucking thresher that they're cleaning it inside the beef
Not while he's
processing
not
fan.
while he's playing with his TikTok.
Yeah, no, you can't do TikTok while you got to.
I think it's
the goddamn
TikTok,
machine.
Facebook, and Instagram are the 3 that it blocks them from. By the way, this is kind of a copycat bill from Utah, which had a similar sort of thing where you can't create a social media account without your parents' permission.
Yeah, okay. I don't think I'm opposed to that necessarily.
Yeah.
At least up to some age. But I think this general ban is going to be super hard to implement. It's probably going to piss off more Montanians than anything else. I'm not sure what the intent is.
Bring back productivity for the little kids you want to have working
That's
in
true.
their minds.
That's true. We need more Nikes. Keep making these.
Those little hands are really
Those
good at sewing.
Those little fucking inglets aren't going to put themselves on. Ingots?
Ingots?
Ingots.
I don't know the answer to
Sounds
that.
Swedish when you say it that way.
Ingots to me sound like a gold ingot.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
What is that really called?
I think there's an L in there. Inglet. Is there not?
My answer to that is the Montana TikTok ban's not going to work. I don't know how they're going to pull that off.
Well, if I recall correctly,
I mean, it's not going to stop anybody from being on TikTok. It might stop TikTok from being available in your app stores.
Well, here's where I think it gets interesting. So I believe in this law, because this Montana was the first one, they said that this wouldn't apply if there was a national ban.
Of course, then the national ban will apply.
And I think there's going to be a national ban.
You do?
I do.
How do you do that?
Unless, of course, the escape to all of this is if they sell to a U.S. company. But I think at the national
It's already
level,
mostly owned by U.S. investors. You know that, right?
Yeah, I still think there's a presumption that there's something nefarious there. I don't know. I'm not.
It
in
is
these
totally a
guys'
presumption. We
heads.
have absolutely no proof of that. We've zero proof of that.
I get that, but I think when you get to the national level, this gets easier to block
How
off.
are you going to ban this thing nationally?
Well-
technically, how are you going to do it? Just start there.
I mean, if you were to really blacklist them and they can't host any machine machines inside the country.
Right.
That's step one.
Okay.
Step two is they've got a set of defined IPs that they talk to on the back end. You just
Block them one
all,
by one?
well, not one. I mean, it's just all egress traffic. Those go away, and boom, now it's pretty much gone. Now, if you want to use TikTok on your phone, you got a VPN to get to it. That's going to be hard to use that every day. That's going to be a pain in the ass. How many people do you think are going to go install a VPN to watch fucking air fryer videos? Okay, other than the one I'm sitting across from, who else is going to do this?
I have a VPN on my phone that I use. I have a VPN on my computer
channel?
over here. I don't use. I don't use the VPN for just my TikTok.
Put the Brussels sprouts in. All right, all right.
It's so easy to put a VPN on a phone now.
There seems to be so much momentum around this, and I do kind of get where it's coming from. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I kind of get where it's coming from.
My questions were both technically, and you've answered the technical question actually pretty well. My second one is constitutionally. How's this work?
That's super interesting.
We have freedom of speech in this country, and it
okay.
doesn't really matter who's doing the speaking.
Yeah, I mean, you can still say what you want to say. You just can't say what you want to say on TikTok.
Is that it?
That seems okay to me. It's not like you're saying you can't say what you want to say.
That really seems like a reach.
Just not on TikTok. That doesn't seem that.
So if I call it TikTok, I can just go ahead and do all the air fryer videos I want.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm no constitutional scholar, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm seeing that.
It's becoming obvious with every passing word that comes out of your mouth. I can't go print whatever I want in the newspaper, right? Even if it is me.
You can't libel, you can't slander.
Yeah. But I guess this isn't that.
Right,
but
that's not this.
But can't you say a newspaper can't exist?
No.
Like,
how would you do that?
If they have terrible practices?
Fox exists. They have terrible practices.
Fucking checkmate. I'm going to go sit outside now. The show's over.
What are you saying?
Tell the jellyfish to sit here. Good point. Fuck. That's a great point. Literally, all I had to say was like Fox News exists.
And literally, they just lost the suit. They just had to settle the lawsuit.
$800 million.
For $800 million. They lost.
Sir, I stand corrected.
They are clearly saying things that are not true.
I will be starting and or joining
intentionally saying things, not like news organizations who are accidentally saying things. They are clearly intentionally saying things that are not true. No one's shutting them down.
I will be starting or joining the TikTok for Life movement, where we will make sure this thing doesn't get banned. No, that's a very good. You make a very good point. It's a very good point. I don't know
how you get past freedom of speech.
I feel like data being stored outside of a place that we have jurisdiction on seems to be bad to me.
Wow, is that right?
That does seem to be bad to me.
Because it's never occurred to you that all the data we store here is for sale to anyone who writes a check?
But at least we have jurisdiction over it. If we wanted to change it, we could. That to me does feel like a difference. It really does feel like a difference.
Okay.
I mean, are we going to change it? No, we'll just sell it for more money. I get that. I get all the business models that are built on it. But,
sure.
At least we have more than the perception of control. We do have some level of like if we really wanted to crack down on.
We're going to bust into the data center doors with axes and shut down all the servers. Is that really how this is going to work?
I would hope they wouldn't do it that way. But I mean, you just let Facebook delete themselves off the internet like they did once before. Like they don't really need our help.
The greatest story ever.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Couldn't open the data center doors because the keys were.
I mean, that was. We should talk about that in one of these episodes. Like, have you watched the animation of when they deleted, like when they pushed the BGP routes, they kicked them off the internet?
No, I haven't seen the animation. No, but I remember when it happened.
It's fascinating. So BGP connects autonomous systems.
Yeah,
right? So they have autonomous system numbers, and they basically broadcast to each other and tell them what their routes are.
Uh-huh.
And they deleted all of those. So this dude made an animation of them removing themselves from the internet and them isolating them. And it's like, it's amazing to see. I, of course, immediately felt sad because I know who on the other side is dealing with this. And it was one of those things where, like, once it was out of control, like having made in my much earlier career DNS mistakes that you really could not fix
recover
instantly.
from. Sure,
you have to you have to explain to someone like an investor and be like, yeah, we have to wait for DNS servers to time out, and they're like, what do all those words mean? And I'm like, we have no control over them, and I'm like, so how do you fix it? I'm like, well, it's fixed, but it doesn't work.
Just takes time.
And they're like, well, how do you speed it along?
You can't.
Like, the best thing for you to do is go home, drink a bottle of wine,
exactly.
Come back here in 3 days.
I don't have the same feeling about TikTok, but I don't have any inside information. I mean, I'm hoping there's something that somebody knows somewhere about why TikTok's a problem, because I'm not getting it. I just think we're just picking on Chinese people.
But you're also literally not getting it because you only run it on a fucking Etch-a-Sketch in your basement. So of course you're not getting it.
I do run it on an isolated device.
Yeah, run it on your home computer with all your banking information. Let me know. Yeah. Is that okay? Is that cool? No?
I don't think TikTok has any interest in my banking information.
Okay. Your 12-year-old Android device.
I do have it on an old Android. That's exactly how I run it, is on an old Android tablet.
And you have your date of birth set in there as 1/1/1980.
I don't have anything set in there. But that's how I would run Facebook and Twitter and all the rest of social media. I'm not running anything on my real phone.
No, of course not.
So we disagree on TikTok. You say TikTok thumbs down. I'm saying TikTok. I don't know.
I need to understand the free speech argument better. I really do.
You need a constitutional lawyer.
Yeah, I'm not that. I mean, if that's the case, then yeah, I don't feel like that should go away, but I don't know enough. Do you have to allow for a medium to be provided for those things? And I feel like the answer to that is no.
Yeah, you do.
You have to allow all the mediums?
I can't imagine you don't. I don't know what version of they're really going to have to make this serious carve out to free speech to make this ban work. Also, I have never seen one objectionable.
So then
TikTok to me is the most moderated, benign, lovely platform.
Well, that's from a content side. They're
right,
saying,
of course. But
if the camera's on and it's watching you and seeing you like black T-shirts, and then something happens and then it's bad.
But Facebook sees that.
Oh fuck, they already know.
Twitter sees that. Everybody sees that. That's not hidden.
Those are U.S. companies. They're our friends. Facebook is so friendly and safe.
Okay. Next question: what is the newest, coolest tech that has caught your attention?
My attention.
You go first.
I mean, the simple answer on this, of course, would be
the ampersand.
The ampersand. Do you know about this? It's above the 7 key. Do you ever try to capitalize numbers? Is that not a thing you do?
No, but I understand you do it.
When I'm furiously typing, I will occasionally capitalize numbers.
Because you really, really mean 7.
Here's the worst part. I'll go back and read and be like, why the fuck is there an ampersand there? And from the comments, it's supposed to be a 7. Like, that's terrible. It's absolutely terrible that that's happened before.
It's one of the many benefits of being dyslexic is I can't go type
doesn't matter.
Just pell-mell like that. I have to keep an eye on what I'm doing. Yes.
Sure. I'll occasionally get out, like, because I touch type and I'll be just like, my brain will be drifting and I'll just be typing and I go back and look and like my error rate goes up like 30%.
Sure, of course.
I especially love when my fat thumbs on my phone get so blurry that the auto detect just quits. The auto detect is just like, I have no fucking, because like what'll happen is I don't know why I need a realignment of my thumbs. I'll hit the B key instead of the space key.
Sure.
So you end up with like 9 words separated by B's. But how does it not know? If a lot of people do that, just take the fucking B's out and put in spaces and
you do it on your iPhone
all the time.
That's where I see it from. I can almost always tell if somebody is an iPhone user
Extra B's.
if I get random B's.
Random B's.
Yeah. All right. Newest, coolest tech that has caught your attention. What do you got?
I mean, these large language models are pretty cool. I know we talk a lot about AI, but they're pretty cool.
It is cool.
A perception of human intelligence, underscore the word perception, is pretty compelling.
Yeah.
And then seeing how AI, sort of what I'd call emergent behavior from these AI systems, what people are building on top of them, good and bad.
That's where it gets interesting.
Like that is really the coolest thing I've seen in a long time.
Sure.
And I would say related to that, arguably more cool than that, is the rate at which these things are happening is mind-boggling to me.
It's really
like every week you're seeing releases that could take years and we'd be like, oh, this is pretty cool. Like it took
By the way, Sam Altman says that's not going to continue. Did you see that today?
Yeah. And to be honest, I kind of believe that.
Yeah. He's putting more data in is not going to start improve things.
Sure.
It's going to just
for sure.
You're getting marginal benefit.
What I read from that, there was also this there's this explosion of things happening on top of it because it's very novel, but the things that are happening on top of it are all very surface level deep. So like if you go, I want to build a product on top of this thing. Okay. Get more than 3% into it and then realize all of the pain that you have to deal with.
Sure.
So I think that rate's going to slow down because you're just seeing people throw shit at the wall that's going to stick.
Right.
But you're going to see some cool things that came out of it. We saw the same thing with the web 20 years ago, but I'd argue here the rate of change is like an order of 2 or magnitude faster than we saw then. And that's the part to me that's really mind-boggling.
I find it really amazing when someone has not played with, say, ChatGPT, a chatbot, and then they play and they have it write an essay or something, and they're blown away. Their minds are out. It's everybody follows the same pattern. Everybody follows the exact same curve. 3-4 weeks later, they're realizing, wow, it's a really articulate idiot. It really doesn't know anything.
I had I was at dinner, birthday dinner last week, and a friend of mine totally set me up because he's a smart ass. And he said to one of his friends there, he's like, oh yeah, talk to CJ about ChatGPT, and a total setup. And his friend says to me, do you know about ChatGPT? And I was like, no. What is that? And then she like gave me an explanation. It was a pretty good explanation
with tremendous enthusiasm.
Exactly. And I was like, I've been talking about this every week for like 6 months. Get off me, lady. See that fucking jellyfish keeps following me around. That's all he wants to talk about. I don't know. What's the coolest tech that's caught your eye, Mr. Parker?
I actually like things that you can program in a browser. And so for me, WebGPU, WASMs,
super
that
cool.
stuff is really cool. And it runs on every device that runs. I mean, almost every device. There's, a lot of web browsers that haven't caught up. And WebLLM, speaking of large language models, amazing, absolutely amazing.
There's a whole bunch of extensions that are built into the web. I put that into quotes.
Yeah.
But certainly that Chromium has supported for things that I didn't know all were there. Like there's an HID interface that I had no idea was there that is really cool.
Yeah.
That just makes the web more of it's a proper contender. Just as an application application
yeah,
source,
of
right? Like
course.
it's not just rendering HTML. You do all this
I
real
get
shit.
so much joy out of making
Yeah.
PWAs. Apple doesn't support a lot of it, but
Yeah.
they're going to have to.
Yeah, I got to believe
Which
they're
is
gonna have to.
which
yeah.
is really cool. I mean, already the one thing that used to drive me nuts that Apple didn't support on PWAs is notifications. There was no service worker for notifications. I couldn't send you any notifications if I was playing a game with you that was a PWA, a progressive web app. That's just a web app that appears to be an application on your phone, like a native application.
Sure.
And with WASMs, it actually runs at near native speeds. They really come a long ways.
Yep.
So I couldn't send notifications on an iOS device, but they're going to change that. They're going to allow us to send notifications. Now, there's an interesting catch to that. You first have to install the PWA, the progressive web app, onto your one of your home screens, and then it will allow you to send notifications
basically
to that
like
device.
implicit consent sort of thing.
No, it's not implicit. It's explicit. You still have
Sorry.
to. You still have to
Explicit
explicitly
consent,
consent. But at least it's possible now. Whereas before, although I wish they would do it like everybody else, and I wish if you had a web page that wanted to send you notifications and you wanted those notifications, you could tell it, yes, send them to me. But Apple doesn't allow that.
Yeah, cool.
But I like that they're coming along. Anyway, web LLMs, WASMs, and web GPU. That's the thing.
I'm not sure, but I think the web's here to stay.
I wish we could start over with HTML.
Oh, fuck. I'd love to burn HTML to the ground.
Okay. Last one I have here. Is there anything in technology either of you fear?
Being stuck in a Perl factory with Vi and
That's
nothing
it.
else?
That's your biggest fear. Okay.
What's your biggest fear?
I don't really have any fears of technology. Is not something that makes me fearful.
I mean,
I look at it as all, it's tools. It's a shovel. It's nothing to be afraid of. There are things I lament.
Okay.
For example, I am so jealous of the things my kid will get to see
Sure.
that I will never get to see.
That's every generation after that.
I even know what's going to come,
yeah.
and I'm not going to get to see it.
Well, I mean, we're going to freeze you, so you'll be able to see it at some point. We haven't told you.
I hate being cold, but sure. Great.
We'll wrap you in a blanket. No,
Okay.
I hear you on that. There are things that start to delve into what I would think of as sci-fi. I mean, it's the way my subconscious brain rationalizes being afraid of those things. But like, as you approach a singularity, I think about how terrible some of our current technology is from like an exploit and security perspective. And I think about singularity and I think, oh man, that could be really bad.
Yeah.
If I had to have a pacemaker, I don't think I wanted to have a Bluetooth stack on it. Like that sounds really bad to me.
Having a Bluetooth stack on it might be super useful.
Well, a read-only
If you
Bluetooth stack.
Yes, if you can
Sure.
make it secure and you can do all the things you need to do.
Well, yeah. Or you can just put it in a fucking Faraday cage and never talk to it, and now you know it's secure.
Well,
right?
sure.
So yes, if you can make it secure, but that's always the rub.
I mean, I can think of a lot of good uses for that Bluetooth stack.
I'm
on that
not saying there's
pacemaker.
not good uses.
Yeah,
I don't want it because I think it's not going to be helpful.
Right.
I don't want it because I don't want some dipshit in Siberia to be being like, I can
Controlling
fuck with this
your
guy's heart rate, right? Like I pay good money for somebody here to do that to me. I don't need him doing it for free. Yeah, that's mildly concerning. There's another like more esoteric point to technology I think is fascinating, and like this is what I want to talk about for 3 episodes. All the things that we've forgotten, where if we were to lose our knowledge, there's no way we could get back to where we were.
There's a lot of that.
But you're just building on, you're
There's
standing on the shoulders of giants.
There's a lot of that today
in everything
already.
Right? Like if the internet was all deleted tomorrow, and they came to us and be like, okay, you guys have to build the first compiler. I'd be like, oh fuck, it's not going to be good.
We're gonna have to revive Grace Hopper.
Zombie Grace Hopper. But like that, because you forgot, you never had to learn that, and that's true. That's going to continue to be true.
There are
as it should be.
There are people who still know how to do that. That's not. It's like there are still people who can write Latin.
Sure.
And there are people who still can write compilers. It's still that's not completely gone.
I mean, it would take a long time to get back to where we were.
Tell me about the farmers who don't know how to farm without the tractor that runs on GPS.
Sure, that's a great example.
They don't remember how to do that stuff. They don't have the staff and the crews, whatever it takes to harvest a field full of whatever they grow.
I mean, those are certainly real risks that we are embracing. I love and despise that technology makes us smarter and dumber at the same time. Like I love that I don't know
no phone numbers.
Exactly.
But you don't need to know any phone numbers.
Exactly, because that is the worst use of your brain ever.
Yeah,
and I still do know some phone numbers. There are ones, it's crazy. There are neurons that have been burnt into my brain from when I was like a kid.
I know my childhood phone numbers.
But you can't get rid of those, right? Like those synapses they must be like a superhighway compared to the rest of them in my head.
Right.
Because I can still remember my phone number, my grandmother's phone number, which I haven't typed her phone number in 30 years.
Yeah.
And I can still remember it. Now, my parents' number I have been carrying along. They've had it. I was talking to my dad about this the other day. They've literally had it for about 50 years. And I've been porting it.
Oh, that's true of my parents.
From thing to thing. And I'm like, well, like I'm going to just keep, this thing's going to be on a VoIP phone pointed to my thing at some point.
Eventually, sure.
And at some point when I'm dead, my kids are just going to take it. I hope.
Nope.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Kids are never going to do the things you want.
IPv8. You're like, why would you call somebody boomer?
I didn't know, Grandma. What are you giving me this for?
Exactly. No, I'm like, that's my number. It's a special string of digits.
They're going to look at each other and say, yeah, I never liked him that much to begin with. Get rid of that. Get rid of that
That'll
number.
be known. That's why we put them in the bad home.
I'm going to recommend something.
Oh, boy.
You have a segment that we have not yet
I think we got enough here.
done. Yes. And
kick this to next week.
And I am going to say, is it possible to, would you be offended if we push this to next week?
I was actually going to say the same thing.
Yeah, I think that would be.
I think we've got a lot here.
I think that we have taxed our listeners as much as we can possibly tax our listeners.
I think there's one last question that we have to ask.
What is that?
It's why does CJ say 100% so much? Does he really mean it? Because I say 100% a lot.
I just say it too.
Yeah, we both do it. I think I do it 2-1 on you, though.
100% I say that.
100%. I say it 50% of the time. I say 100%. What is it? This thing always works half the time.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't want to dilute. So I want to start something new. I just like now when you say something, I want to be like 86%.
You can actually give a real value.
No, just a value. It's not 100. I'm not going to actually do the math. I'm going to just put 2 digits that aren't 100. Give me some wiggle room.
Amazing. That's the part where I get out of this, right? Amazing. We have to get out of here. But quickly before we do, have you seen or read anything good this last week?
I have seen something amazing.
What's that?
I make an incredible sous vide tri-tip.
Oh.
That's what I mean. Did I send you pictures?
How many hours is that? It's got to be really slow
I don't want to
cooking.
give away my secrets, but it's a long time.
And then do you sear the outside?
Yes,
what do you do?
You have to, yeah. I make a lot of stuff, as you all know. I cook a lot of things. This is one of my favorites, and people always go bonkers for it. And it's absolutely delicious. You don't have to do much. You got to do a couple things. You got to cut it against the grain right. You got to season it correctly. Cook it for a long time. Sear the bejesus out of it.
Sure.
I get cast iron up to about 800 degrees. Yeah. And you're basically just killing the hell of the outside. But it's perfect.
Make it
it's
a bark.
So mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can ask me or just don't care.
How about you? Did you do anything interesting or good?
You don't care what I did with
I'm
my
literally
week,
just thinking about the steak right now. My brain just stopped. I'm just thinking about the steak.
Could care less about me.
No, you could be on fire right now and I'd just be like, God damn, that steak was cooked perfect. I'm so proud of myself. The problem I'm having is that my arm is cramping trying to tap myself on the back. It's hard to get all the way back here. Have you read or done or seen or done anything interesting?
Well, I'm going to talk about your very favorite thing here and talk about Pitch Clock Baseball, which is the new MLB Pitch Clock Baseball. And if you watch it on TV, I promise you the games go by really fast.
Will I fall asleep?
You know, you don't like baseball.
So is it? So
I don't know who this is for. I really don't need baseball to go faster because I enjoy the game. I enjoy the pace of the game. But for whatever reason, they think people will be more attracted to the game if it goes faster.
So is there a giant clock like in the outfield?
It's a giant clock. If you have no one on first base, then you have 15 seconds to pitch. And basically the batter's got to be in the box. He's got to be looking at he's got to make eye contact with the pitcher with like 8 seconds to go. The game literally lops off a half an hour or more from each game.
That's good. That's heading in the right direction.
And then there's this thing where you can't throw to first base more than 2. You have to get somebody out on the third time, and if you don't get them out, it's a balk. It speeds up the game.
Does that lead to more stealing of bases?
We talked about this. No,
you can't throw to first base more than 3 times, and the third time I just lead off by 8 feet.
Well, yes, but it doesn't. As a practical matter, we haven't seen big upticks in stealing bases. The bigger bases were supposed to lead to more stealing of bases too, and I don't think I've seen more stealing. They
should be. I stand by what I said. They should be comically big, like a full size bed. Think how amazing that would be. Like the Globetrotters, just like they just run in belly flop, and it's a trampoline. It'd be amazing.
That's the episode.
Thank you for joining us for all this nonsense. A truly terrible podcast, and this time we weren't kidding. From The Awful Company. Please visit us on the web at nonsense.production, which is not live. I'm CJ Little.
I'm Jeff Parker.
If you like this program, please follow, download, subscribe, and like at Apple, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, or our favorite, Overcast, wherever you get your podcasts from.
Podcastindex.org. Special thanks to our floor director, Venkata Mutiala.
Thanks, Venkat. We'll be here every Thursday morning for more nonsense. Please join us.